All right, today I want to talk about something that has me beyond perplexed and frustrated with YouTube, and I'm not sure that I've ever seen this addressed before, and I have to talk through this because somebody is going to be able to give me an answer to this, and it's certainly not going to be YouTube because YouTube doesn't answer questions for anybody. They are a terrible platform that their communication is brutally bad, and if you ever have tried to send them a message to get a question answered, I'm sure you know, they just don't do it. They like to send you links to their dumbed down, oversimplified videos, and they like to send you links to their summarization of copyright law and stuff like that, but that's about it. So this is it, okay? It's music in YouTube videos. All right, so first of all, it should be noted that the way YouTube's platform currently works, you cannot be monetized on YouTube until you have 1,000 subscribers. And at 1,000 subscribers, you have to actually apply and ask for monetization. So, first of all, every time you're ever watching anybody's YouTube channel, if they have less than 1,000 subscribers, there's absolutely no chance that they're getting any money for the content that they're showing, which I just feel it's important to point out because it didn't used to be that way. YouTube used to allow you to be monetized from your first video on, but you had to have a certain number of views. Now they make it to 1,000. Now it's not a terrible idea saying that we're not just going to pay everybody right away. And also I should mention, when I say pay, YouTube don't pay much. They also don't explain their pay structure, and I can't give you any genuine insight into that because I don't get paid because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. But I do know that the profit per click for a full view, because if people click off in the middle of the video or after a minute into it, the video is 5 minutes long. If the video is an hour long and they only watch a small percentage of it, that they have a statistic and a category for that, but you don't get paid for it. So even if somebody watches your full video, whatever the length is, it's still only, it's a penny a click or a couple pennies. It depends on how many viewers you have, but suffice it to say, if you have 1,500 viewers and if you are monetized, you're not even getting a penny for a watch. So it's not much money. If you've got 1 million subscribers, you probably get a little bit more, but you're just not getting rich until you have millions of subscribers, you put out videos every day, and your channel continues to pull in more subscribers. So that being said, I want to talk about music. All right, specifically about music. Now, there are some channels that do nothing but put songs up. That's all they do. They take other people's work and they put it up with whatever graphics they want, whether they make their own videos, whether they just put a picture of the album cover for the entire song or the entire album. They just post these videos. Everybody knows for a long time now it's impossible to be monetized doing that. I think back in the early days of YouTube, you could make money doing that. People were posting songs from whatever band it was that they liked, and they would get some sort of small financial compensation for full views. But it hasn't been that way for a long time. It ain't that way now. Okay. And I don't give a shit about that. I don't want to get paid for other people's music. I just want to be able to use music in my videos because music sets the tone. All right. So let's talk about a couple of different kinds of businesses that use music to make a profit. All right. Radio stations, Sirius XM and regular radio stations, right? They all are the center of their business is playing music. Okay. Sirius XM you have to pay for, and regular terrestrial radio stations that are available in every city are free. You may have to own a car to own a car radio. You may have to own a radio at your house. You may have to pay for the electricity, but essentially it's free to listen to, and they have commercials, which is how they make their money, theoretically. But they're all allowed to play whatever it is they want to play. All they have to do is they have to pay some fees. The RIAA, the ASCAP, BMI, SC, SA, something like that. There's a list of groups of whatever, and those are the fees that you pay, right? Clubs have to pay this too. bars, nightclubs, every bar is supposed to pay this. Whether you pay it by having a jukebox and the jukebox pays it for you as it plays the songs, or as a lot of bars are going to now, they're using different digital programs akin to Spotify and other things like that, where it'll tell you right on the header of the program, blah, 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 fees paid for. You have to be licensed to do this, right? And in fact, DJs are supposed to pay this fee also every year. And I don't know exactly how much it is. It's somewhere, for a DJ, it's somewhere around $40. It's not that much money. So though you can DJ without having one of those licenses, I can't imagine why, if you're a professional, you wouldn't want to get that. Same thing with, it's like being a bartender, and you can get away with bartending without a bartending license, depending on the state, and depending on if the bar has other licensed bartenders on the premise. Some states require it, some don't. Some that require it will allow you to bartend without a license if there's another licensed bar. But the point is, if you're a professional and that's what you're doing, why the hell would you not want your own license? It doesn't cost that much money. Bartending licenses are usually like $25. So same with the DJs. If you're a professional DJ, get a DJ license. They don't cost that much. The most I've ever seen these annual fees cost, this RIAA, ASCAP fees, is like $300, and that's probably the commercial license rate. Now, and so again, that's not enough money to not pay if that's what you do as a profession. Now, I know the radio stations, it's a little bit different. They may have to pay per song, or they may have to pay a higher flat fee, and I'm sure Sirius XM also pays a higher flat fee. But the point is, they pay a fee and they're allowed to use the music in whatever way that they want. And then when you look at movies use music, and in a movie you have to contact a particular artist or the artist label and say, hey, we want to use your song, we want to put it on our soundtrack, or we want to just use it in the movie. And they have to pay a lot more money to do something like that, because that's featured more specifically in something that is expected to generate a ton of revenue. So a movie that's expected to have $100 million box office, you may have to pay $10,000 to use a song in the movie. You may have to pay $20,000 to use a song in the movie and then ask to also have it on a soundtrack that you plan on releasing later, or something like that. But again, they can charge more money because they're expecting you to make a shit ton of money. So if you're applying that same principle to YouTube, you're never going to make a ton of money on YouTube. You might make a few dollars off of a video if you have enough subscribers, if it's up there long enough, if it gets enough views, if it gets enough likes, and if it has enough complete watches all the way through. So if you're basing an RIAA fee on what a song's earning potential is for the person who's using it on YouTube, that RIAA fee annually should be probably like $40. Which brings me to my next point. YouTube has gone on and on and on with these inane, useless videos about copyright and about fair use, because nobody seems to understand what fair use means. In fact, I'm not sure YouTube really defends fair use at all, because I think there's a lot of examples of fair use in YouTube videos that they just don't even bother to fight because they don't want to argue with those people. Or maybe by now Google owns a bunch of the stuff that gets kickbacks from them people and they don't want to because they just want money. I don't know. What I do know is that what YouTube could do to eradicate this problem is so fucking simple, and I've never heard it mentioned, I've never seen it done, and that's what I want to talk about. So one more thing let me say. So there's two ways to use music in your videos to make money. Or let's not even say to make money. There's just two ways to use music in your videos, whether your goal is just to create content because you enjoy making videos, or to create content because you want to at some point eventually make a penny a click, right? And that is, you either put up songs by artists after they're released because you want people to come to your channel to be able to hear that, or you want music in the background of something else that you're doing, right? So for example, during this video, I might want to have some music playing in the background. Say I make a playlist that I feel is specific, good background music for the type of thing I'm talking about, and 20 songs long, because that's the amount of time I'm going to talk, or 5 songs long, whatever it is. That's the other way to use music. That's like as an accent, right? Whereas using music just to have the music up, that's using music as the feature, okay? So everybody understands what the word monetize means, and in fact, the word non-monetized, which everyone on YouTube uses. It's kind of funny. Everyone on YouTube uses that word. Everyone knows what that is. Most people watching YouTube who have a channel just to watch content but don't make anything know exactly what non-monetized means. But you know that if you, every time you put that, anytime you type that, it always gives you the red underline, like this word is wrong and tries to suggest other stuff. Somehow that word hasn't even made it into the dictionary or the urban dictionary or any other kind of thing that Google doesn't recognize. Normally, Google's supposed to be a learning engine. It's supposed to learn stuff that's very common. That's super common. Yet every time you type non-monetized, it gives you an underline. So this is what I'm getting at. Anybody who's putting up music that's made by other people, who is not the band or the record label, doesn't really have any right to make any money off of that music. And I don't think a lot of them care. I think that most people that put up music like that are doing it because they just want subscribers, because eventually they'll put other content on their channel that will potentially help their subscriber base grow and give them the opportunity to be monetized. So people who are just putting up a Metallica song to put it up, I don't think they're expecting to make money off Metallica. I don't think they're trying to beat Atlantic or Elektra, whoever Metallica's label is, or maybe that's who they used to be. They're not trying to take money away from the label. They're not trying to take money away from the band. They're just trying to get people to click on their channel so that they come back to their channel so that they subscribe. I don't think those people expect to earn any money. I know that when I put up songs that are made by regular bands where they have a label and a deal, I'm not expecting to make any money. I just want people to come to me either because I haven't seen that music put up elsewhere on YouTube. I've seen it elsewhere on YouTube, but it's done poorly. Whatever the reason is, it's a bad video, or it's a poor audio quality, or it's something that I just really like and I want a copy of it on my channel because I really like it. And I don't give a shit about getting any money for that. I just want to be able to put it up and not have to have copyright claims, copyright strikes, or video blocks. Let's talk about that for a second. So the different things that happen as a YouTube creator when you put up something that somebody deems as copyright infringement is they will give you one of three different claims on there. One will be a copyright claim. Now this is a completely understandable move for the record company to do. You get a notification that you're using a video in your song, you're using a song in your video that the copyright holder has identified, and they are telling YouTube, hey, it's okay if they want to use this song, but you can't give them any money for the video, for the content of the video, because they're using our song. I understand that because people just put up songs or albums by bands, and you can't just make money off of somebody else's shit that's stealing. I completely get that. That's a legit move, and that never pisses me off at all. The next step, though, this is super fucking frustrating, and that is when you get a copyright block. It's where the copyright holder, and usually this is done through an automated system. YouTube has an automated system that every time you upload something, the second that it's uploaded, their auto system goes through, and when they recognize a song, you get that copyright thing right away. So these record companies don't have to have somebody sit around and constantly search through YouTube, which they did in the beginning. You would have to actually file a copyright claim against somebody. Now the auto system does it, and when it finds it, it says, okay, now any views for this video will pay the copyright holder and or the band. See, so again, I say that's a good thing, because then it allows them to get their money. So if 10, I'm just going to use Metallica because if 10 people want to put up a copy of the same Metallica song, the label puts up one copy, of course, or the band's website, band's YouTube channel puts up one copy, and then 10 other people want to put up their own version of the same thing. Every one of those people's videos, when it gets clicks, will divert the money to the label or to the band. Fine. Let them get paid. That's fair. I got no issue at all with that. That makes sense. It's when they decide that they're going to give you a copyright claim and they're going to block your video. So now you've gone through all this work and put a video up. Now, if you're just putting up a single song, putting that together with a basic graphic with no video only takes you about maybe 15 minutes and about another 10 minutes to upload or so. It's not a huge time commitment, but still takes a little bit of work. And it's a huge pain in the ass when they say, nope, now nobody can see your video because we have the copyright on it. Now, I don't understand that. I really don't, because if it's a label like Vivo, let's say, and actually Vivo's not too bad about blocking. They just usually just the copyright claims. But say they own the rights to the video, to the label, why would they care if somebody else puts up a video and they get the money diverted to them? They're still getting the money. Now, some of these different labels, I've heard a little bit, and I guess let's just, since I can't really verify how I've heard it or where, let's just say I would presume, logically, some of them will get a little bit shitty about having other people redo the work that they've already put up for their label because they want an accurate tally of how many times their video gets clicked on. And the more views that they get, the more money that their video becomes worth. So if they want to have a song that's going to get 1 million or 10 million or 100 million views, they might not want other people posting because they don't want to take away any clicks from their own video. I kind of get that. My issue is that YouTube could solve that problem simply by diverting the clicks to that video. Now, they already divert the money. There's already a copyright claim. You are already informed automatically that any money that you get or any clicks that you get generate, any money that could be potentially generating ad revenue that YouTube gets, etc., the royalties of that are going to go to the label or the band. That happens automatically. So when a band has their own website or the label has their own site and they want to put a band up and they want a total tally for how many times their video is clicked, why can't you? I mean, YouTube has like hundreds of, they've got at least 40, 50 categories that they show us. So I'm sure they've got hundreds of categories of demographic and statistics, very involved statistics machine that they have that show, how many total clicks, how many watches all the way through, partial watches, likes, dislikes, etc., right? So why can't they just have a tally that shows how many total clicks for a song? So again, Vivo ain't the main offender of this, but they're the easiest one to use as an example. Vivo wants to put up a Metallica song. Vivo does not own Metallica. I'm just trying to make this easy. Vivo wants to put up a Metallica song. They own the rights to it. They put the song up and they got 1 million views on one song. 10 other people put the same song up. All 10 of those people are informed immediately after the upload that they can't be monetized. Any profits will be diverted to Vivo for the Metallica song. Fine. Why can't YouTube also, since they can do this with a bot that they make, why can't they also just divert the clicks to that same main video for that label? You could still get the click too on your channel, non-monetized video, especially if you're also on a non-monetized channel. But let's just say you are on a monetized channel. You still get the click so that you can see for your own personal statistics when you click on the YouTube Creator Studio demographic thing. You can still look at it and see that you're getting the clicks, but those clicks would automatically be added onto the tally of the label and the rights holder. Would not be fucking hard to do, not knowing the other stuff that YouTube's capable of doing and that their automated system is capable of doing. So if that happened, there would be no reason for a copyright block. They could solve that fucking problem for the labels and for all the people who are trying to use music. They could solve that right away, right? And then the third stage, the worst stage, the stage that's just fucking ridiculous, and usually a label at this point, to have this happen, a label or a person, a copyright holder, has to go out of their way to do this to you, and that's a copyright strike. Strikes are bad. You get 3 strikes and your channel is fucking canceled and all your stuff is gone. So a copyright strike is pretty serious. That's where they say, okay, this is a song, somebody else is going to get the money for it. Okay, this is also blocked, nobody can see it, and we're taking it down. You can't even watch it on your own channel, which who cares anyways, but you can't watch it. It's being taken down. Nobody can find it in any search results, and now you have a strike. You got a black mark on your record. Usually they have to go out of their way to do that. They have to flag a video and they have to submit something to YouTube saying they're the copyright holder. So why they would ever go out of their way to do that? It could be a personal or political thing, like you're using the video, you're using a song in the background of, let's say, like a really racist video, which I don't even know if YouTube allows that anymore, which is censorship, which is fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck about racist videos. I don't agree with that shit, but it doesn't matter. The point is it's censorship. So let's just say, or let's pick something a little different. Let's say your video is about fucking dog fighting. You want to talk about dog fighting. Whether you're an advocate for it or whether you want to just talk about it or whether you're against it, but you got some music in the background and they're like, we can't have that. That's just an association we don't want, regardless of your position on it. So we're going to issue a copyright strike. I still think that that's just ridiculous. It's a huge penalty and strike with your channel that you can't fix. Now, the only thing about copyright strikes is like they fall off after a while as long as you don't pile them up. But it kind of puts you in a position because you don't really get any, you never get an explanation. They don't say you've received a copyright strike and here's why. So usually they will tell you the song. Usually you'll get that information if you have a multiple song video, but they won't give you any reason why. They won't tell you who filed the strike, and they won't give you, they just don't give you any parameters. They don't say the copyright holder said this, and if you change this, they'd be okay. Or they just said the copyright holder said this, and absolutely under no circumstances will they allow you to have this song play in any video, regardless of the content or the use. YouTube gives you nothing. This is what everybody's issue with fucking YouTube is. And when YouTube gets enough people blasting them for this, they come out with a dumbed down video that tells you pretty much nothing. And then the comments get full of people talking shit about YouTube, going, but you know, and then the really dumb people asking specific questions about their channel. My channel had this and this happened. Do you know why? Like anybody fucking reads that, but other people leaving comments. Shit's frustrating. But point is, every time YouTube puts up one of those videos, all they do is get people talking shit in the comments because they don't really answer anything with those videos. So knowing that those are the three penalties, all right, I propose such a simple solution for this. And that is a YouTube creator, uploader, channel holder, whatever, should be allowed to pay the RIAASE, fucking SPC, BMI, whatever, music fee every year for a flat rate fee. And when you do this, just like a radio station, you're allowed to play whatever music you want. I mean, it just seems so simple. Why isn't this done? There can be rules surrounding it, like if you have if your video consists of nothing but music, and if all you're doing with your video is using music, you can pay the fee and be allowed to use it, and you can have the clicks and potential subscribers for your channel, but you can't ever be monetized for that video. I could get behind that. That's fair enough. And a lot of people would say it isn't fair because places like radio stations pay that fee, or taverns, or whatever, and they're allowed to make a profit. But I would just allow that just because it makes it simpler. I'd say, fuck it, that's fine with me. If I'm using your music in my video, then I can't be monetized. Okay? If the only point of the video is to replay a song, right? I know some people might say, well, if you're putting a song up and you put a picture of the album cover, which is pretty standard, all you're doing is trying to get people to click on your channel so they can hear the song. But what if you put a song up, but you make your own video? Say, you're good with video and you do your own CGI for the entire thing, or you go shoot a live action video. Then the purpose of using the song is to accentuate your ability to create a video. Then I should be allowed to be paid. I can see people saying that, and I could see where that would be a problem, because then you would have to specifically request of the label, hey, can I use this song? I want to make a fan video. And I could see where they'd have to have a department to handle that, because they would just get so many fucking requests. And then a lot of them would probably want to say, well, we're going to need to approve the content of the video, because again, they don't want something extreme like, somebody doing a Nazi video and using their song, or somebody doing a video with, two dogs fucking killing each other or some other fucking something else that would be too polar. I can understand they might want to do that, and then that would be a project. So it'd be simpler to say that when the point of the video is just to have one song playing, that's it. But now what if you want to do a video where you're talking about something, right? Let's say I want to do a coronavirus video, which I might do something like that, right? Say I want to do a video about it, I want to talk about it, and it's going to be an hour long. And in the background of that video, for the most part, I'm just going to have some music. It's not going to be the focal point. It's just going to be a little accent in the background. I think if you're paying the RIA fee, etc., if you're paying those fees and the music is not the focal point, and it's not just one song where you're using it, just one song one time to accentuate one point where you're really, really putting the artist's work, the label's copyright right in the center point of what you're doing, I don't see how that should affect your ability to be monetized at all. But the point of this, what I'm saying is I've never once seen YouTube suggest this, something that seems so simple that would just eliminate, I don't even know how much, 75% maybe of the issues surrounding copyright and the people with the channels that end up getting blocked or their videos that people can't see. And here's exactly what happened to me recently. Okay, so I should say this. I do different kinds of videos, right? I realized that I kind of fucked up in the beginning because I decided I wanted one YouTube channel and that I was going to do whatever the fuck I wanted on my YouTube channel. And the smarter way to have done that, I know now, is I should have created multiple channels. One of them should have been for videos like this, opinion-based, whatever. One of them should have been for my instructional videos, of which I have a few, instructional or unboxing videos. Another channel should have been for my video game shit, because I've got some video game stuff up on there. And another channel should have been for music, right? I probably should have had separate channels for each one, because then I would get more subscribers, because the subscribers would get exactly the content they want. Whereas in the position I'm in now, I got people that subscribe to my channel because they like the metal content on there, and then they're like, I don't give a fuck about these video games. So when they get the notifications half the time, they're ignoring it because they don't care. Or people that want the video game stuff and they're like, okay, I want to see your new video game videos, but then when you come out with this instructional video, what the fuck do I care about that? So kind of my problem, but whatever the case is, I would just want to clarify. So I do put up some music related stuff, and on every music video that I put up, everybody seems to think that they can copy and paste something from the fair use statute to the federal law that says this item is fair use and blah. So I don't do that because, I don't think that anybody that puts that up there is getting any kind of immunity. So I just put up there, basically, I'm not the copyright holder, all rights to whoever, and this video is non-monetized. Because I know it's going to be non-monetized. If I had 10,000 subscribers, it wouldn't matter. It'd be non-monetized. So I just put that on there. So anybody watching this knows the point of this video is not for me to make money. It's because I enjoy this music. And either it's hard to find elsewhere, or I just wanted to make my own copy of it. And I don't think that I should be penalized for that. By penalized, I don't mean not paid. I mean, by penalized, I mean where the video's blocked. Some of these videos, like you put a single song up, it doesn't take that long. But when you put up bigger stuff, bigger projects, man, it could be a shit ton of work and editing. And then you're fucked. You get a whole segment that goes out, and YouTube has this newer feature in their studio where if it turns out there's a song in your video that is copyright blocked and your video gets blocked, you have the opportunity to replace the song. The problem is that YouTube, obviously, their editing software doesn't just erase the audio for the song for the few minutes that the song, or seconds, that the song is playing. It'll erase and replace with some generic shit all the audio. So if you have a video where you're talking, or if you have a video where you're doing anything, it's fucked. If the video is completely fucked, you may as well delete it from the channel and redo it, because once you get that, it's gone. So the other day, a few months ago, so I don't remember how long, less than a year ago, like 7, 8, 9 months ago, something like that, I'm listening to this playlist of some metal music, which I liked. It was a good playlist. And this guy had it up there, and I was looking through the list of, let's say there's about 50 songs on there, right? And I'm looking through the list of songs and bands, and it's a good playlist. Gave the guy a like, put a comment on there, great fucking video, love the music. And I'm like, I've wanted for a long time to do a video like this, but every time I try to do a video, even 5-6 songs, where I just mix them myself so they fade into each whatever, every time I do that, eventually it just gets, there's always an issue with it. It gets muted, it gets blocked, or what's really weird is that sometimes a song in part of a compilation, sometimes a song will be fine for a couple of years. I've had videos that have gotten to hundreds or thousands of views, and then one day there's a copyright claim and a block. I don't know, the rights to the songs change hands because the auto system would have got it. But that happens too, and that's really fucking frustrating because then it fucks up your algorithm. YouTube, eBay, do a lot of eBay selling. If you've ever done that, you'll understand this too. There's an algorithm to how the searches work. And the better you are as a seller, the more positive feedback that you have, the better that your listings look. They have internal metrics that they don't tell you about, just like YouTube, but the better that shit is, the higher it pushes you up in the search results, which becomes obviously very important as a business. And it's the same thing in YouTube. So when you have a popular video, and when that video has been up for years, and when that video is garnering a lot of views, and you've even gotten a couple of subscribers off of that video, one day when the copyright changes for whatever reason, and it's fucking booted, yeah, that is the worst. So, because of that, I never wanted to put too much work into these longer music playlists. Because when I do, and something happens, right? So this guy had this metal playlist up, and it was really cool, right? Like 50 songs, long playlist. So what I did was I went through his playlist, and I copied down the bands for the entire playlist, and I made my own playlist, and I changed the songs. Okay, this was all music that I was familiar with. This was all stuff that I would have used anyways. The only reason that I did it in this fashion was because this guy's video had a couple 100,000 views and had been posted for at least 3 years. So I'm like, okay, he's using Sepultura's second album, a song from there. He's using, Anthrax's third album, a song from there, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera on the way down. I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, because obviously one song on the album, it's all owned by the same copyright. These are all bands and songs for whatever time they came out, whoever their current copyright holder is, that he's not getting pinged for it, and he's allowed to keep this video up. So I went through the work and made my own video, like 50 songs long. And I was happy with how it turned out. I had faded most of the songs, so it was, a seamless playthrough, which I thought was cool, which I don't think that dude, he didn't do that. But I was like, this is a cool video. Put it up, and it just had a solid picture in the background. I didn't make anything crazy for it, but it still took me a long time. I had a volume balance all the songs, so they were close. I don't do it that good, but I do it okay, so it's pretty good. And then I had to fade them all, and sometimes on the fades, it wouldn't sound that good. Then I would do the song in 2 to 3 song sections, so I could redo them as I needed to if I fucked up a fade, if it sounded really, if it sounded wrong. So I spent some time on this video. I got it uploaded and had the video up for about 7-8 months, and had a few hundred views on it, and it's not a lot, but I do suspect that if it had stayed up longer, it would have started to grow exponentially, because that's how the algorithm works. And the other day I got a ping. It said copyright blocked. And I'm like, what the fuck? All these songs fly. I don't get it. So then I go into the email, and I have to find the place in the Creator Studio that shows you which songs and which copyright holders. And goddamn, if fucking 45 of the 50 songs, just about everyone on the list, if every single one of them did not have a specific claim, said block next to it, and had the label holder, and these are all varying labels. So it wasn't like it was one song, the whole fucking thing. I said, this is crazy, man. How the fuck does this happen? So the first thing that I do And then I would also say that in the description of this video, I put right on there, I did this because of this other video, and this dude's had all this shit up for a while, so I'm doing this as homage to his list. It's pretty cool. I'm going to use mostly the same bands he did, but different songs, because I don't want this video to get blocked. I put the guy's fucking channel and a link to his video right in there too, so I gave this guy props. All right, I just want to say that. All right. So first thing that I do after seeing this and then seeing all these blocks is I go, I'm going to search for this guy's video because his shit must be down too. Motherfucker, video is still up. So I'm just looking at this, scratching my fucking head. It's like, how? And I go into the video again in mine and I look at the specific copyright blocks, and I'm looking at songs that are on the album of the same album that he picked for his band and song. In other words, the exact same era, the exact same initial copyright and current copyright holder, right? And this guy's video isn't blocked. And I was thinking to myself, well, how the fuck does this happen? Because if the automated system had done this, then both of these videos would have gotten pinged. And I started to think, I think this cocksucker, he fucking flagged my video. That's what I think. I think my video started to get just a tiny amount of fucking traction. I mean, he had like 1 million views on his video, and I've got like 200. I had like 250 at the point it was blocked. I just found out about it a couple of weeks ago. It probably has been blocked for a couple of months. I just didn't get a notification, but I found it, and it took me forever to find it because it took me out of the search results. But eventually I found it. I'm like, I think this motherfucker pinged my video because he didn't like that I did the shit in the same order he did. I mean, that's some petty fucking bullshit. So to test this theory, I deleted the video, then re-uploaded it. I changed the picture, which I don't really think matters that much, because I don't think their automated system looks for pictures. I think it's just the sound, but I could be wrong. I changed the picture and I re-uploaded it, and then it was fine, and then it got blocked, but this time it was on one song specifically, and the automated system incorrectly ID'd the song. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I'm probably going to have to redo the whole fucking thing again and replace that one song, but nothing else in the video pinged. So my point with that being, nothing else in the fucking video came up. There was no copyright claim. There was no automatic blockage. But this is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit on fucking YouTube that's just asinine. This is the kind of stuff that would be eradicated, taken care of, take care of the questions people fucking not understanding if you just allowed us to pay a $40 yearly fee to use the music as we see fit. And in certain circumstances where, there's specific reasons why an artist might not want you to use it or a label might not want you to use it, well, fine. Then you can lay those out as guidelines. But for the most part, you should be allowed to have non-monetized music videos up if you want to, just by paying the fucking same fee that radio stations pay and that clubs pay and that DJs pay. Why is that so fucking hard, YouTube? Why can't you just do that? You talk so much about advocacy and free speech, which you don't really fucking allow, and you act like you give a shit if people on your channel understand how it works, but you don't really give very clear instruction. And the clearest, simplest fucking thing that you could do to eliminate all issues with music. And obviously this isn't the same with video, because video copyright would be different. It would be a lot more specific. But with music, because there is such a thing as the fucking RIAA and the fucking BMI, etc., and because there already is such a license that exists for different uses, why not just allow people who are on YouTube to buy this fucking license? Why not talk to them and say, listen, we got millions of people that make videos, and we've got hundreds of thousands of people who probably on the first day would pay you this $40 fucking to get you off their dick so they can make these videos without these fucking blocks and copyright strikes. Why wouldn't you just do that, YouTube? You fucking make me nuts. It's so simple. If you give a shit at all about creators and your fucking platform, then you would just do that. God damn it. I got myself mad. All right, that's it. Thanks.